guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Frost, like a Jin cosplay, and today we're back at you guys with Samurai Champloo, episode 25.
Yes.
Fu is in
a tight
danger.
spot.
She's in danger. She's gonna be dead in a few minutes, I guess.
And so are Mugen and Jin. You know, they're both of them, well, all three of them are facing strong opponents who are dead set on killing them. I think the one who's going after Fu has the personal revenge against her dad, and the other one was sent by the Shogunate who wants to defeat Fu's father and his rebellion, and they're afraid that if Jin and Mugen reach him, he's gonna have the firepower
because they're
succeed.
Such strong opponents.
I mean, their reputation spread throughout Japan apparently, so
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it seems that Kiraya is a strong strong swordsman too. So
yes, yeah, they compared him sort of to Sarah. He learned that Sarah died. They think she died because she was killed by one of them, and he was like, oh well, I think I'll pick up my sword once again.
I think I'll draw my sword.
He's called the End of Gods,
man,
or something.
Okay.
So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. But at least now we've got the two boys together fighting, so that's gonna be different from with Sarah.
Also, it seems that Fu's father is dying.
Yeah,
he doesn't have much time left.
So yeah, we got a lot of stuff we need to deal with for these last two episodes, and like last time, we're still in cosplay for the last three. It's exciting. I can't see shit with these glasses, so I'll be like that the whole time. But hopefully it's gonna be a great episode. So let's jump into it.
Let's watch it, guys.
Whoa, fuck!
Is that fast? Okay,
they did it in slow motion and we didn't see it. Jin, some help? Oh man, the animation is cool! Let's go! Oh. Gotta use everything that's around you. Especially if your enemy is stronger. He doesn't have any technique yet.
Unpredictable.
He is hot shit. Oh shit! What the fuck? How the...
Okay, he's really skilled. I'm gonna give him that.
Jin, take off those glasses. Yeah. He knows everything about you. Bastard.
Can I beat your computer screen?
No. God damn it! Jesus Christ! And now we can fucking walk on walls. Man, okay.
Okay, I did not expect them to fight the Avatar. Come on.
Air. I was thinking the same thing. Water. Earth. Shit. Well, there might be, you know. I thought it would have been cool if they had an actual revenge thing going on, but...
You're gonna have to fight him alone? No! Take off your glasses, man.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Release your power.
Yeah. Mugen needs to be the one that saves Fu. Because he ships them! Oh, Fu likes Mugen, so Jin is like, I'll die fighting this guy. And... Please don't die! Please don't die! Even though I don't want them to fight, it's a good motivation to stay alive.
The thing is, Jin got training with his Kenjutsu, but he went like for 24 episodes with Mugen and Fu, so he saw how Mugen was fighting, you know, so I really hope that he's gonna
adapt a little bit?
Adapt and be a little bit more unpredictable with his tricks, you know?
You are distracted.
面白い因縁だよ。貴様がマリアを切ったりしなければ、今頃無ジオは私の手にあったはず。やはり狩りや影時か。無獣真剣術を暗殺集団にすると。
There you go.
闇の道を歩めとおっしゃるのですか。この太平の世はもはや殺し合いの剣術など必要としていない。
It's a way of life.
どの流派も衰退していく一方で耐えてくれジン。それでは私に弟子を切れと。私はもう彼に道場を継がせるつもりなのです。それを。
Jeez, okay, we've been waiting for this for like so long.
の通り、私の差し金さ。
It makes so much sense now.
I knew he wasn't just someone who woke up crazy one day. Like, of course. Oh, so he defended himself. We theorized about this shit. Like, we thought like maybe his master wanted to take a path that was not. Baby. Oh man, it looks so good.
いずれにせよ、お前は私の手で切られる。
It's all because of this shit.
So he's gonna have a grudge against him.
Now it's become Jin's fight. Oh, my God. Finally, it's like the last, second to last episode. Thank God.
てめえ、さっきの。
教会に着くまで手出すなって言われてたんだけどさ、こんなに殺したくてたまんないやつが目の前にいるのに。
Get rid of this guy. I won't be missing him.
Why is it always the weirdos that are after me?
He's bloodthirsty for a good fight.
それほどの腕がありながら、なぜ幕府の犬になどなり下がる。今時剣の腕だけで生きていけると思っているのか。ならば、その命を懸けるだけの主君がいるのか。この命を捨てるに値するようなものなど。その通りさ。奴らに利用されているわけじゃない。使えるふりをして逆に利用しているだけだ。おそらく武士の時代はほどなく終わるだろう。しかしどうやら生まれる時代を間違えたようだな。私もお前も。
It's a constant theme in this show. Japan is changing. Come on, Mugen.
It's true that he cannot really move at ease
Yeah,
in
no.
a small boat.
No, it's true. Always ends up in water with him. Oh. Whoa! Well, now he's not hindered by his glasses. Although they don't have force in them, so. No, it's Jin's last stand. He needs to win this. one small sacrifice to get the jump on him. It works. That's Mugen's style. He's got his style. Survival. Yeah.
Getting hurt too, just like what Mugen did?
Maybe. Don't die. Oh. He got hot. He got hurt. Hot. He got hot. I think he killed him, but he got hurt bad.
Because there wasn't any other way.
Jesus Christ, Mugen with wet hair.
無限はいつも人質なんか気にしないで切っちゃうんだからね。
ほう、そうなんだ。じゃあ人質なんて殺しちゃっても同じってことだ。
Oh, fool! Defend your girl!
ま、殺さないまでもよ。半殺しって手もあるな。生きて
This
さ
piece
え
of shit
い
needs
れ
to
ば
die!
いいわけだからな。
He's hurting our Disney princess. Damn.
Kick some ass.
そいつを返してもらうぜ。てめえら何者なんだよ。
とぼけんじゃねえぞこら。
So it was a revenge thing.
あの時の当選を仕切ってた。
Oh, okay. Oh my god.
お前とムクロが来たのさ。
Everything comes full circle.
Fudge. Okay.
The thing
Well,
that literally.
I might deserve that one.
おかげで兄貴はこんな体になり、俺たち兄弟は
Okay.
責任を問われて薩摩藩を追われた。それからはもう士官の望みも絶たれた。もう俺たちの生きがいはお
So
前
when
を
they
見つけ
said
出してぶっ殺
we
すこ
want
と
to
だ
kill
けなん
you
だよ。
to hurt him, they meant
その
him.
中の一人な。この刀は捨てる。その代わりそいつを離してやれ。
なんだと。
Jeez, good thing you trust in his skill. He's literally opening himself up to death.
I know.
He looks
But
cool.
food is to be safe.
ひまわりの侍にも
Oh,
まだ会ってねえんだろ。
boy. He's doing his
ダ
job.
メだよ。いけないよ。
ざけんなよ。俺たちは何のためにここまで来たと
The
思ってん
graphics
だ。
this episode. Everyone looks so good.
でも無限が
Don't die.
死にやしねえ。俺を信じろ。
she has faith, but she cares. She's scared for you.
行け。
And he just proved it. He cares for her too.
走れ。
切りすぎちゃったかな。
Fuck you.
Where's Jin? I do not believe that Jin is dead. I cannot believe that Jin is dead. I don't believe that. Fuck off.
He needs to come back. There's one episode left. He needs to... Okay, no one is dead, but we'll think they are, right? That's what they're doing. Fuck this shit. He's not dead. I'll fucking tear my wig off. At least she finally made it. Hopefully he's alive. Oh shit. Dang. Of course.
And we're done to the last one, guys.
Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, no, Jin is not fucking dead. I refuse this shit. We finally got to learn, you know, what happened between him and his master, and it makes a lot of sense.
We were kind of right in saying that his master wanted to go on the dark path.
Yeah, on the path that the Bushido would not support, that Jin would not support. Although we thought he had faced his master first, but then to learn that he was, you know, the master was sent to assassinate Jin, and he did not want to do this. He killed himself in the end, you know. And Jin defended himself out of habit. The guy showed up while he was sleeping, so he didn't even know it was his master until it was too late.
You know what? I think that maybe the master didn't really try to kill the
No,
student.
yeah, me too. I don't think he tried at
Like
all.
he made it look like he wanted to kill him so that Jin would kill him instead in self-defense.
Well,
so.
Yes and no. Like, he still had to make one blow. I think he just had confidence that Jin could defend himself because he had agreed to follow this path, and following this path meant killing Jin. Although he was happy to embrace death in the end, like, he didn't try extra hard. He did try because, I mean, it's an insult to Jin, and it's an insult to his craft and to himself to attack him without trying, but he didn't put his all into the whole thing because his heart wasn't in it. And it makes sense that Jin would feel bad for the rest of his days after this because he's not the one who went to his master to kill him. He defended himself and then realized, shit, it's my master. I just killed my master. And then he felt bad. And he questioned himself because what he did was probably against the code. You know, it was against his training, his teachings. So killing his master was, technically he defended himself. So there's nothing to be ashamed of. But he sees this as transgression of everything he was taught. So then he went on a quest of trying to find out, you know, what the code was about, what the Bushido was about, what his teachings were about. Because his master wanted to change, and he was giving actual good, you know, reasons. And it's a theme that's been there in almost every single episode of the show. You know, Japan is on its way to changing and becoming, you know, more open to the rest of the world. And the old way is dying, but yet we have these characters who are stuck in, well, not stuck, but they shined the brightest in the old ways, and now everything is changing and they have to adapt, and you can't change that fast. It's not, you know, it's not something that they were meant to do. Like, even us, our generation, it is said that our generation is the generation of nostalgia because the world changed the most while we were growing up. So apparently that's why our generation is so good at adapting to new technology and to changes.
Because in such a short time, technology and new stuff just pop up every single year, basically.
Yeah, but so they're kind of
everything changed pretty fast.
So they're kind of like our parents, basically. So they spent most of their life. Oh no, it's not a joke. They spent most of their lives following a certain way of life, and then out of the blue, stuff started changing so quickly. Like, our parents had to, you know, one day figure out how to use internet because no jobs, no employer would hire them if they didn't know how to use a computer. They had to adapt their skills. They had to learn a lot in a short time. And when you're already an adult, you know, it's harder to be familiar with all these new things. So you got a samurai who basically spent his entire life learning his craft, and you know, he was supposed to follow this path for the rest of his days, and he was supposed to use this craft to protect the innocent and do his job. And then suddenly he needs to follow the shogunate, and he needs to, you know, follow a bunch of people he doesn't believe in, and who's, you know, that's why we saw him in the first episode, you know, actually taking down a guy who spit on poor people and liked to show off with his status, and he hates that, and he's meant to follow these guys. He doesn't want to adapt to this shit. So I totally get it. I do agree that, you know, the world wasn't meant for people like him, considering, you know, he was born in the wrong era, because Jin is never going to be able to adapt, I feel like, and Mugen neither. Like, he's going to be facing discipline, rules, and like running around being free and just carrying a sword for his craft and stuff, and gaining money here and there by doing small jobs with the sword is not gonna work anymore.
Unfortunately, no. Because,
like, people are gonna settle, they're gonna, you know, have an actual job, and they're gonna ask of society to follow the rules, and Mugen is gonna go against that, and Jin is gonna, you know, try to survive when his entire being tells him to do one thing, but the world tells him to do another. So yeah, and I mean, I don't know what Fu's gonna do, but I feel like at least Jin and Mugen that's how they clash with the theme of Samurai Champloo, and it's brilliant. It actually reminded me of
to be fair,
The Last Samurai.
From what we know of today, I think that Jin can somehow still have his own dojo and have his own class, and people can go and learn kenjutsu with him.
But you gotta remember,
in a way, he can adapt. Sort of.
But you gotta remember that he learned his craft to kill. We learn karate and we learn martial arts for fun. It's not the same weight behind the thing. He was swinging his sword, practicing, and he just felt meaningless, because what's the point of doing this if you're not going to use this? That's why his master wanted to switch the dojo into a group of assassins, because that's something that would work, but assassination is so against the
Completely
Bushido.
different from what you learned for him.
Like what game was it? I don't remember. It's not Sekiro, it's the other one.
Ghost of Tsushima?
Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, in Ghost of Tsushima, there's actually a moment where you're a samurai, you play a samurai, and you got to assassinate someone, in the shadows, basically. So you hide in the shadows and you kill him in the back. You stab him in the back. And there's a whole thing about the guy not feeling good about this because it goes against his code. It's so ingrained in who they are, it's his whole life. So for us to be like, well, you can adapt, like you can create your dojo and teach martial arts to people and be happy. Yes, eventually, but it's going to take him a while to realize that, what he learned to kill and survive is going to be taught for fun in the future. It's not going to matter anymore. It's not going to be necessary to survive.
For all the advancement, the progress, as people in society, there's always good, and unfortunately there's always bad.
I'm not gonna spit on change. It's a great analysis of how times change and how the people are asked to change with it, but not everyone is meant to adapt, which is super relevant because, like I said, our generation is very concerned with change.
Well, it is. I think that it is a little bit tragic because you said that not everyone is meant to adapt to changes, but it's so saddened because the human in itself is probably the creature on earth who can adapt the most compared to everyone else.
It not necessarily. Like when I moved to Montreal, I remember being at ease in my new apartment on the first day. I got used to the city right away. I did not miss home. I was fine in my apartment. I adapted very well. But then when I went to work and I talked to people my age or people a little older that were training me, and they asked me, so how are you settling down in Montreal and stuff? I was like, man, it's like I lived here my entire life, And they were like, oh really? When I moved here, it was so difficult to adapt and stuff. Like not everyone is meant to adapt that quickly, but we are, because like I said, our generation was raised in change. We're the children of Samurai Champloo. Literally, we grew up with the times changing. So quick changes and adaptation is part of who we are, because we always had to adapt. Computers were one thing when we were 7 years old, and then suddenly when we were 12, it was something else. And then when we were 16, it got even better. And now it's crazy what we have, but like just computers and internet. When I was born, there was no internet. Like it wasn't around.
I was born a year after yourself.
No, when we were born,
I know that.
Oh yeah, I'm talking from my experience. But when we were born, internet wasn't a thing in households.
I know.
And we had no computers. And by the time we got to today, so much stuff changed. It's part of us growing up.
I know.
But for some people who spend their entire life with the same rules, the same technology, nothing changed, and then one day, poof, everything changes, it's gotta be disturbing. So yeah, that's the huge discussion about change and how people adapt and stuff. But then we finally got to learn how Jin killed his master.
No, let's go back to the episode then.
Yes, well, it's part of the episode.
Okay. What did you think about the fact that both Mugen and Jin decided to receive a blow to be able to give one to their opponent.
Well, I'm not sure Jin meant to receive a blow, but it
But
could be that
he touched Kiraya because he was bleeding when he was on the boat.
The
so
thing
touched
is,
him.
he said,
maybe
if I'm to win,
maybe he wounded him.
I don't think I don't think he wounded him. He's the one that got wounded.
He's bleeding on his side. Did you not see that?
No, I didn't see that.
He got blood. I saw blood on him.
Well,
Let's go. I saw blood on him.
well, I didn't. There's no blood. Like we didn't see any blood. Maybe he wounded him, but or maybe Jin was saying it's the only way. He was saying if I am to win, this is the only thing I can do. So I'm thinking maybe, seemingly dying, getting hit and playing dead is a thing, but then I don't know.
Not really. If you try,
it is a thing.
If
though.
you're trying to escape, maybe not to kill your opponent later on.
Well, why not? If his goal is to kill him, it would go against his code, definitely. But maybe he's trying to adapt.
In a strange way.
He wouldn't. I don't think he can defeat him. At least not now. Or from what we saw, he didn't. Like he tried to do. Either he tried to do something and it didn't work, or
well, let's just say that Mugen's way of getting hurt and killing his opponent was better executed.
No, Mugen was. It's definite. He did that. He took a hit in order to get closer to kill this guy. It's Mugen's style. He survives. He takes on the blows in order to survive. Playing dirty is Mugen's thing.
True.
Which is what made him survive this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad way of fighting. It's the realistic way of fighting. Jin is more, honorable and following the techniques and stuff, but Mugen is like, this is my life, I gotta survive. So no matter what dirty trick I gotta pull, no matter if it makes me dishonorable, I'm gonna do this shit because I need to live.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to die for honor or anything like Jin would probably be fine, doing because of his of the Bushido. Mugen is like, no, I gotta keep on living. So,
what did you think about the fact that for Mugen's enemies, everything went full circle because we completely forgot about them on the boat, right?
Well, we didn't care, but I love it. I love it because I think it was in the second episode or the third episode, but in the very beginning of this show, I was talking about consequences and how, everything comes back in the end and stuff. And then I stopped talking about this.
If you remember correctly, in the second episode, we saw one of the lords of people
who got hurt in the first fight
and just wanted to take revenge.
So I was saying that consequences is a thing. Consequence is a thing, and in the show they brought it back, and it's important to remember that every person you hurt, every fight you pick, even though you're the hero of this story, you leave behind people who suffer. And if we were to switch the story around, Mugen would be the villain, So it is this fight because he deserves to do this. I think it's also interesting, like, he did throw down his sword for Fu, like, I get it. But in a weird twist of fate, he ended up being weaponless, fighting, stronger opponents with weapons. Just like when he attacked their ship, they probably were weaponless, and they did not expect to be attacked like this. So he's basically putting himself in their shoes. So I don't know if it's his goal, but I feel like it's justice served. And if he survives this, if he wins...
He better survive this, come on.
But if he survives this and he moves on, at least... his conscience will be clear. He would have given them a chance to do just like he did, fight him on a unequal footing, and
he managed to put food safety for now.
Yes, which is one
Stay
thing.
Safe, food, okay?
We know they're not supposed to end up together, but we know because you looked it up a little bit. But it was meant to be a thing between the two, If there was one guy she would go towards more than the other, it has to be Mugen. At least that's what the author said.
I think. Well, there are like both of them sort of like each other, but they won't admit it technically.
But we always felt at the beginning that she might be more attracted to Jin, and then Mugen started, creating more responses from her. He got more out of her than Jin ever did, and when Jin he never said anything about his past, and he never indulged Fu in a conversation he respected her. So they did, they were friends, but after a while I feel like Fu just gave up on following him in any other way. But then Mugen interests her. I think she's attracted to his rawness, and she knows a lot more about him than she ever knew Jin. So it's like he opened himself up to the possibility of her seeing through the persona. So I think she's much more into Mugen, which is why Jin sent him. He was like, she cares about you, take care of her. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna do my thing, and you go and take care of her. So that was so cool. But I love that even if Mugen doesn't realize that he has feelings for Fu, at least that he cares about her, other people that have not been around in the entire show took Fu to hurt Mugen.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. But,
I know that technically if they took Jin as a hostage for Mugen, he would still try to save him because he's supposed to be the one to kill that bastard,
No matter how much I love Fu and Mugen or Fu and Jin, like Jin and Mugen are the ultimate OTP for me in the show. They care so much. Like when Mugen left and was like, you better not die. Like we still have unfinished business. And I'm like, yes, you do. Please don't kill yourself. At the end, don't kill each other.
Oh.
But that's the thing. Like even though they know they want to fight each other, they grew fond of one another. All three of them. It's a good relationship. Yeah, well, it's a bit weird because they do want to kill one another. Like they want to fight still, but
all the best friendships are like that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a great episode. I'm ready for the last one.
You're ready for
the
the finale?
last one? Oh, and then we can take all of this shit off.
And my head hurts.
Yeah.
Alright, so thank you guys for watching this episode with us. We can't wait to watch the finale. I'm gonna watch it right now. So, like she said in the previous one, everything is already up on the Patreon, the last episode, everything. But if you don't want to watch it on Patreon, you can wait for it to be out on YouTube next week. So we're gonna see you in 7 days on YouTube.
Bye.
Bye guys.